The Magic win! The Magic win, ladies and gentlemen! The Orlando Magic defeat the Oklahoma City Thunder 155-126. We led by as much as 22 in this game, as little but as 8, but we pulled it out. As you can see, Kyle here, the red lettuce, I'm alone. Peach is working late, so help me out in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. What'd you think about this game? I watched it with Nadra. We got two short-handed bottom dweller teams right now competing to kind of claw their way out. Paulo mentions it at the end of the game. Play-in is the goal. Both these teams young with similar ideations for their future. OKC coming off one of their biggest wins, if not their biggest win of the season, over the Celtics. Sound familiar? Fuck you, Eddie House. They shot 50% from three in that game, nearly 60% from the field. Not nearly that good tonight. Still good, but not enough to overcome the Orlando Magic's efforts on the boards, winning that battle 49-33, and in the paint, as we have been all season, 48-30. We shot extremely well from the field, 52% and 39% from three, which is, as you all know, ladies and gentlemen, fantastic for us. I mean, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's great. I mean, you got to give it up to the guy. Definitely an all-star caliber player. Will he get it this year? I hope he does. Do they have the wins? I don't know. And there's some good guards out in the West, but man, he is an exciting player. Oklahoma City Thunder fans, you got to be happy to have that guy locked up under contract. And you know, some other really young and exciting players there. Giddey was good. You know, they didn't have JRE, some of their other young pieces, but we love a Luguentez Dort, good Canadian sighting tonight. But again, the show was Paulo with a big bounce-back game, his first of 2023. I don't know if you're like me. You kind of felt this one coming based on the interviews that he was having in practice, that he really had that mindset. I want to make sure I'm turning a page here in the new year. His resolution was to come out steaming, and he did. Not as many difficulties around the rim finishing. He was better tonight. 25 points on 8 of 17 from the field, 2 of 5 from beyond the arc, 8 rebounds and 7 assists. Just a nice overall game with some good buckets at the end, a couple big ones to help us put this game away. Every Magic player, though, was in double figures, which is fantastic for us from a team win, but shitty if you're like me and you bet on some of our other players to go over on their points, Wendell Carter Jr., Markelle Fultz. But it was a great team win. Every single player, again, in double figures, except Cole Anthony. It's not like he was doing nothing either. He had a good night, a pretty good night, and had 6 assists there. We had a little bit of a torch lighting. Terrence Ross been on the up last few games. As much as I have chagrined his play this year and talked about how it doesn't seem he has that same tenacity, that same just eye for the basket, that nose for the rim, for getting the bucket. He's had that the last couple games, and tonight, another good game for T. Ross, 18, 5, and 3. He was big early and big in the third, really helped us to cap this game. And Gary Harris, when I looked at the box score, a quiet 18. I mean, I love this guy. It wasn't 50% from the floor. That's awesome. And 3 of 5 from three-point range. Just love what Gary Harris brings. There was a lot of times when he would be on Shai. We did the right thing, right? For Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the guy dropped 33 points tonight, and the Magic did a pretty good job defending him. Let me say that again. We did a damn good job defending him, and he still got 33 points. The kid is good. He's a walking bucket. He knows how to get to the line. He knows how to be nifty through the paint. A little bit of a la Franz Wagner. You know, we've seen that here. But yeah, I thought we did a great job throwing bodies at him. Gary Harris was one of the guys that was on him quite a bit. Markelle Fultz got in there. We created a wall, denied the paint, made other guys beat us, and they could not. You know, back-to-back of a doubleheader after a big emotional peak of that Celtics win last night. Probably tough to come back from that for all the role players getting into Orlando late last night. And hey, we've got no sympathy. We don't care, Thunder fans. You can't cry on this shoulder, all right? With all the the travesties we've had this year, we're shorthanded too. So, you know, no sympathy, but you got to give it up to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Interesting to see another guy that we had guarding Shai Gilgeous-Alexander tonight, especially early, Caleb Houstan in the starting lineup. And that made me scratch my head a little bit early on. I mean, what did you think about that? Caleb in the starting lineup. I expected to see Terrence Ross in there, you know, when we need kind of that 3 play, when we haven't had guys in the recent winning stretch. We've seen more of Terrence Ross in that starting lineup, so kind of expected him to be there. But instead we had Caleb, who had a solid game, started a little cold, looked a little, you know, out of his element early, but came on strong, hitting 3 of 7 from 3. He ended with 11, 5, and 1. And that's what you want from Caleb Houstan, right? That's what we need from him. You know, 3 of 7 from 3-point. If we can have something around that, 4 of 7 would be nicer. That's what we're looking for Caleb Houstan as a long-term development piece, right? A guy that can knock it down, and you see that. When he's open, he's not shy about pulling the trigger, and boy, that jumper is sweet. So it's nice that we have him locked up on the 3-year deal. Cheap money for us. We'll see where that goes. But again, a solid game for him. And crikey, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if I'm channeling me best Josh Giddey or the crocodile hunting right now, but crikey, we had an R.J. Hampton sighting. Yes, we did. An R.J. Hampton sighting. Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? It's been a while, but R.J., you know, had some solid minutes for us, did some things, played 23 minutes, was plus 14, had 12 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. That's a curiosity that we still don't understand. Why hasn't he been playing? Who knows? But he did the best with what he had tonight. Liked what I saw from him. You know, solid, steady, okay. Not too much spasmodic play, if you will. But again, great team win here. All of our guys except Cole in double figures. You love to see it. Everyone eats a little bit, keeps the energy of the team up. And boy, oh boy, are we going to need that energy. Next game, we're tomorrow night versus the Grizzlies. They're coming into Amway. Shout out to everyone who was at the game tonight, cheering on our squad. It's going to be tough against the Grizzlies. They got their 4th straight win tonight with a shellacking of the Charlotte Hornets, 133-107. But, you know, I think we kind of copy and paste a lot of what we did tonight against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander tomorrow night. Throw bodies at Ja, deny the paint, make someone else beat us. Now, they certainly have better role players, more experienced role players, let's say, than Oklahoma City. So it's going to be a challenge, but, you know, we've got the cavalry coming back. We're going to have everyone except Moritz and Bull, and then, of course, the guys who are injured as well. But man, some exciting news on the injury front. We may have Jalen Suggs tomorrow night, according to some reports. Not J.I. because, obviously, he's a little farther off. Oh, my God. Obvious. Okay. Anyways, hope to see you in February, ladies and gentlemen. Court Cousins night. Get your tickets. We're doing a group night. We're going to cut down the nets. We've got giveaways going on. We're going to meet up before, have some adult beverages. That's February 23rd against the Pistons. We're all sitting in the same area. Fevo.me/Court Cousins. Paulo says the playoff tourney. The play-in tourney is the goal right now, getting up to that 10th seed, and we're still just hanging around 2.5 games back. So can we put a couple together here? Can we steal one against the Grizzlies tomorrow night? They're on a back-to-back. We're on a back-to-back. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. It's been real. I'm just flying solo here. Thanks for hanging along. Peace. Yeah.